Are you looking to grab a great bite to eat or maybe catch a drink with some friends and watch that next big game? Check out Butlers Cabin, located at 6060 Veterans Parkway. This place serves up great tasting meals and drinks 6 days a week. Let's step inside. I think our order's up. Welcome to another episode of Order Up. I'm Phil Vongsavang, and joining me today is the owner and proprietor of Butlers Cabin in Columbus, Georgia, Miss J Payne. Jay, thanks for sitting with us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Now, let me ask you, how long has Butlers Cabin been open?
We've been open about 4 months now.
Okay. And you've got really deep roots as far as being a restaurateur. This is something that runs in the family, right?
Yes, it is. My grandparents, many people in Columbus would know the Villanova restaurant, and I have 3 brothers also, and their children are owners of their own restaurants throughout Columbus as well.
And when did you realize that this was something that you had a passion for?
Well, I think that it wasn't a realization. It was more of a birthright to carry on a legacy through grandparents, father, mother, etc. We've all been in this business in one form or another.
Okay, excellent. So this was something you felt you had to do. Well, not had to, but again, you said your birthright. Now, Butlers Cabin, how did you come up with that name?
Well, Butlers Cabin is where they do the green jacket ceremony at the Masters. And I'd been around and looked for many other theme restaurants, and most of them are done in the themes of basketball and baseball and football being probably the most popular. But I really didn't see anything involving golf. So I wanted to provide an environment for golfers.
And I see some of these paintings in here are beautiful. You said that you've, well, tell us about these paintings.
Well, they was an idea that we had gotten these from where a Japanese restaurant that had gone out of business, and these are what they sit on. And we got the idea to have them tattooed and put great golfers, the top players in golf history, and have their images reflect on them, and it also helps with the sound here as well.
That's right. And Larry Mize, I saw one of the paintings of Larry Mize, who's a local golfer. Right?
That is correct, yes.
Now, tell me about the menu of Butlers Cabin.
Well, we are steak, seafood. We have a lot of specialty items. A lot of the recipes here at Butlers derive from a long line of family recipes coming from my grandmother and grandfather. And on Wednesday nights, for instance, we do an Italian night and resurrect a lot of the old Villanova recipes to serve our customers and kind of keep that memory alive.
And I've tried, you've also got like a Greek platter on your menu.
That is correct.
What about desserts?
Desserts are also from my mother. I make the majority of desserts here myself. Cheesecake and peanut butter pie being our 2 signatures.
And as we move towards the weekend, you get fresh oysters, is that right?
Yes, we do. As long as oysters are in season, Butlers Cabin serves them. So.
And what about the low country boil?
The low country boil is we try to implement once a month and open up our deck. We get a lot of customers in requesting it now to actually do it more, but we offer crab and shrimp and andouille sausage and corn and potatoes and crawfish, and it's just a lovely presentation. It
is. I've tried it myself. It's fantastic. Now, I've seen on your Facebook page that you'll, throughout the week, or is it only on the weekends, you'll actually have bands come in and play?
No, we have, like tonight we'll have live music. It's ladies' night here at Butlers, Thursday night. And we'll have a feature band on Fridays, starting after the dinner hour, usually at 8. And then depending on what holidays are up or if there's any special events in town, we'll have probably 3 days a week some type of live entertainment.
And with weather permitting, of course, you've got the beautiful deck out here.
That is correct, and we did get a lot of use out of that deck. We've put heaters in recently, and we have, what you can't see is the Lexan, but we did not want to lose that openness of this deck. On the bottom to kind of detour some of the wind, and it's still, even through our cold days, we've been able to serve out there, and people come out and enjoy and just have a great time. We have people that will come in for lunch and not leave till after dinner.
And you've got plenty of TVs here for catching games during the weekend, right?
We're always featuring the game of the, whatever's going on in sports that week or that day. We will air it here at Butlers.
Perfect. Now, before we take a break, I want to ask you, what's your favorite SEC team?
That would be Alabama.
All right, folks, well, you heard it here first. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be in the kitchen of Butler's Cabin checking out one of their specialty dishes.
Watch Focused on East Alabama Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. on EATV Channel 7.
And in the news today, whoops, there doesn't seem to be any news. So tune in Kaleidoscope, 8 o'clock Saturdays with me, Will Dockery, as I talk to all the local artists of note. I don't know about art, you don't know about art. So let's tune in and learn about it together, shall we? That's on EATV 7, cable TV of East Alabama. Be there.
Welcome back to Order Up. I'm Phil Vongsavang. We're now back in the kitchen of Butler's Cabin with Executive Chef Bobby Earhart. Bobby, how are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Excellent. So what do we have laid out here?
So this is actually a special we ran last night, and I call it shrimp and linguine al fresco. It's just a bunch of, there's a few pickled ingredients and just fresh vegetables that go in it. Pretty simple, straightforward.
All right, very cool. Let's see you in action.
All right. Start off, get your linguine hot, get that going. We use 8 shrimp. They're the 21, 25 count. So it's a medium-sized shrimp. We have a seasoning that we use here. We use it pretty much on all of our steaks, all of our burgers. We use it on seafood. You're going to use about a tablespoon of it. So you're going to saute the shrimp first. Get them going a little bit. Here we make a compound butter. It's butter with shallots, garlic, thyme, and fresh parsley.
That sounds delicious.
So you let that cook down. Next thing we're add is the spinach. I use about a half cup of spinach because it's going to wilt down a lot. So.
And Jay, while Bobby's doing that, tell me, where'd you find this guy at?
Well, Bobby just waltzed in one day with an impressive resume, and I just am very excited that he's here with us. He's part of a family here as far as Butlers go. Everyone, we've been extraordinarily blessed with an incredible team here, from wait staff to bartending to executive chef. And Bobby came in, it was a fit, we all hit it off, and he's been with us ever since.
Okay, very cool. So what next?
Okay, start off with the artichoke hearts because they're a little bit thicker, they're going to take a little longer to cook. I use 3 full artichoke hearts. I slice them into thirds so you have bite-sized pieces. We have shallots or green onions. Scallions. Some people call them green onions. It's about 2 tablespoons. You got about 3 tablespoons of sliced Kalamata olives. The next thing we have, a little bit of lemon juice. And then you got to be careful not to use too much because this is really strong. Truffle oil. And I use about 1 tablespoon, but a generous tablespoon.
You said that was truffle oil?
Yeah, truffle oil. Then you want to get your pasta off, drain your water off. Alright, you want to toss it a few times, kind of get everything mixed together. The last things we're going to add are going to be the tomatoes. I use a good 1/4 cup of tomatoes. And now we're going to melt in just some regular unsalted butter. And this is what's going to make the sauce for it. It's a real light sauce, and it's based on just the butter. And the last ingredient is Parmesan cheese. You're going to use about a 1/4 cup of that as well. Basically, once it's all together like this, you just wait on your butter to melt. And once your butter melts, you have your sauce for it.
That's a beautiful looking dish there.
It's really actually pretty healthy too, so it's very good.
Bobby, what's some of your training background?
Believe it or not, a lot of it on the job. I started cooking at 14 years old, and I worked my way up to where I was actually well enough trained that I was able to get certified as a chef. I'm a certified executive chef. I'm a certified culinary instructor. So I used to teach intern students at various places like at Callaway and Marriott. So they would come and work with me for the last 14 weeks or 400 hours of the degree. So I'd grade them and train them, and based on that is where they would pass or fail. So yeah, once the sauce comes together, you'll see all the butter's gone. It'll actually start to thicken up. That's that Parmesan. So the plate is, I usually try to spin the noodles and pull the majority of the noodles out, because those noodles, you'll put everything in it on top of those noodles, so you can kind of showcase everything else that's in it. So. And there you go.
And what was this dish again?
It's shrimp linguine al fresco.
All right, folks, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, my favorite part of the show, we're going to be back out front, and we get a chance to sample this wonderful looking plate.
Hello, my name is Stephen Gregg and I'm the pastor of Trinity United Methodist Church. I'd love for you to tune in to a daily broadcast called Pastor's Pulse Point. It's a devotional moment that lasts about 10 minutes, a great way to start your day in God's Word. It's on Channel 7 at 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Tune in.
And in the news today, whoops, there doesn't seem to be any news. So tune in Kaleidoscope, 8 o'clock Saturdays with me, Will Dockery, as I talk to all the local artists of note. I don't know about art, you don't know about art. So let's tune in and learn about it together, shall we? That's on EATV 7, cable TV of East Alabama. Be there.
Welcome back to Order Up. We're back out front now with J Payne of Butlers Cabin and this beautiful, is it the shrimp linguine al fresco?
That is correct.
That is a fantastic looking plate, and you guys just saw how simple this was to make. Jay and Bobby wanted to show us this so that our viewers at home can actually try this out in their own kitchen. Now, Jay, I'm going to take a bite of this, but while I do, if I may, what are your hours here?
Well, our hours are Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. and on well, actually Friday and Saturday till 11 o'clock. So from 11:30 till 11 on the weekend, but during the weekdays we're from 11:30 till 10. And we do a brunch on Sunday, and that was featured between 12 and 4.
Wow, that is fantastic. That is a delicious plate. And the address here?
Is 6060 Veterans Parkway, Columbus, Georgia.
Okay. And do you by any chance do phone orders?
Yes, we do. We do that, and then also you can access us on our Facebook. And if you need a menu, we can either fax or email it to you.
Okay. And what is your phone number?
Our phone number is 706-221-0966.
Okay. And do you by any chance have a website?
No, right now we are on our Facebook, Butlers Cabin.
Okay. And I know there's a lot of activity on your Facebook page. Are there pictures? Do you have by any chance have your menu already up on your Facebook page?
We do have our menu on our Facebook page. We also, if you're our friend, you will get an alert as to what our specials are for that evening or for lunch. We are open for lunch, and we offer a separate menu for that, and dinner.
Okay. And I know earlier we spoke about bands that come in, and on your Facebook page you always have that updated. So if there's a band playing tonight, you'll have the name of that band, right?
That is correct. We invite all our friends to come out and join us, and whatever we're featuring for that evening, we try to give them as much information as possible.
So remember, that's Butlers Cabin on Facebook. Go and like their page, and that way you can stay posted with what's coming up. So you guys have seen what they're capable of doing here in their kitchen. And this wraps up another episode of Order Up. Tune in next time when we highlight another fantastic locally owned restaurant in the Valley area. I'm Phil Vongsavang, and remember, dine local,